Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and welcome back to Hermitcraft. Today we are going to be working on the detail of our lighthouse, trying to get the back two walls in. Right now, this thing is a rough shape, just to give us an idea of how it is going to occupy the bay. But really, I keep saying bay, this is a sea, the Mediterranean Sea we are at the mouth of. But we still need to get the back half of this cliff put in, and to do a little work on this wall and that wall there. Now, obviously, we don't want to leave this whole thing hollow, nor do we want the plaza, which is this circular cobblestone shape here. That's not going to be cobblestone when we're done with it. Maybe we're not going to be done with it today, but we have a lot of things on our to-do list for this lighthouse, and one of the first ones I had was to go to BOO and bring him a ton of dirt and trade it for more sandstone like we did last episode. But somebody has already bought out all of his sandstone. So instead, I've started taking some of that dirt and bringing it up and around the base of the cliff here to kind of make this a little bit more natural and kind of closer to the rest of the surrounding landscape. Even the goat here has dirt on its lowest tiers. And so what I want to do is put in some dirt on the lowest tiers of this cliff to kind of more closely unify these visually. If we move back a little bit, the stark contrast between the brown base of the goat hill and the stone cliff that we have going on here, it's a little much, right? That doesn't look right yet. So we'll keep bringing the dirt kind of around here, round this out, maybe plant a few trees toward the base as we flare it outward. I think that that's going to work well. And yeah, like I said, we'll have to eventually get some sandstone to finish this. One option for that is just to start dredging all the sand here. We have a ton of sand in this channel that we need to get rid of. Look at this. I can barely get my little boat over this. How are you going to get a ship over the sand this shallow? So it might be that we end up pulling a lot of sand out. We need to remove this entire island here. Once again, I'm not sure how much of these goals we're going to get to this episode, but this is kind of the roadmap for the next few episodes, what we're trying to accomplish. And you know what? I'd best get on accomplishing them. Time skip. We are back here at the Strait of Gibraltar, and I gotta say, I love how this looks, you know? I have been working hard to add some dirt around the base of the cliff to make sure that this generally complements the overall landscape here. You know, B-Dubs and Doc deserve a considerate neighbor. And since neither of them are considerate neighbors to each other, it's my job to be extra considerate for both of them. So I've been rolling through here and expanding the dirt here well down into the sea in a way that I feel is fairly organic and also has given me an opportunity to plant a few spruce trees. Now, I think I need to probably add a few more of those and maybe press the dirt a little bit further out into the sea in some places. But on the whole, I think we're ready to move on to the lighthouse work portion of this episode, because we have 5 stories worth of windows that need to go on those 2 sides, and 2 sides that are entirely missing sandstone completely. Not really great. Now, on the plus side of the back side of this cliff side, I have been working to get all of the stone that we are going to need in place for a rough shape of the cliff. Now, we've got certain segments like that one right there in the center that's kind of rectangular, and it's like, Joe, do you really need this big rectangle here? No, I don't. I'm not making a drive-in movie theater or a boat-in movie theater. You can watch Season 5 for that. But, you know, just getting the stone roughly where it needs to be has been pretty helpful. Maybe I should have had the stone extend further out into the trees here, but you know what? You really can't tell from the ocean. The way I've got these trees in general and the dirt, it feels about right. So I feel like the next big thing that we need to do is gather more sandstone. With B-Dubs no longer trading sandstone, what strikes me as our best bet is probably going to be to actually start dredging out the sea itself here. I said I wanted to take responsibility for making the Mediterranean Sea accessible to all manner of crafts, and, you know, this is Minecraft, but it's also our craft. And there's going to be shipping craft and whatnot that need to get through here. So this whole, like, sandbar, we really need to wipe out anyway in the long term. If that gives us the sandstone we need to work on this, that's great. I am still over here gathering resources. As you can tell, there is quite a lot of demand for this channel to be carved out. We've got a panda and a floating, I don't know, clay cat. You know, claymation has come a long way since I was a child. Now we're in the same boat. But that's good. You know, humanity, we need to remember we're all in the same boat. And, you know, that's fine. Oh, now we're in different boats again. Wait, now I'm getting shot with fire arrows. So, I'm really not sure what's going on, but I don't have the tag. I'm guessing that's probably Impulse SV and Joe Hill says up there. But that may be an inaccurate guess. That is not an educated guess at all. But anyway, we have made some good progress on getting this mined out. Thanks to these doors and my beacon over there, things are going pretty well on the whole. And not only am I gathering sandstone that I need, but I'm gathering the dirt and sand that I need. So this whole I was gonna say dredging trip has been pretty productive. Although I really don't know what is going on up there. But, you know, it's... Oh, good, signs. You know, I was wondering that this might not mean anything, and then I saw a sign. I opened up my eyes, I saw a sign. Yeah, so of course we can actually harvest materials a lot faster from inside the shelter of that thing. So we're going to go ahead and get the ones that we can reach. Then we quickly grab the door. Switch that into our offhand here. Let's just pick a place where we can mine and be free. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, we can see our beacon a little bit better from there now, too. That's nice. Yeah, it's a little dark, but we're having fun palling around with whatever that is. What? Okay, good. The sun's about to set, too. This can only get weirder. Apparently, that is now a green head of some sort of dark green, if you will. And, oh, nope, that's a creepier one. So I'm not sure exactly what we are supposed to read into this, if anything. This might just be theater of the absurd, but that's okay. Not everything has to mean everything. This is a Joe Hills episode. I'll let you guys interpret it and leave a message in the YouTube comments section below, because it certainly doesn't make any sense to me. Time skip. I begin working on the windows here with a slightly modified pattern. I realized that the lighthouse will actually need to have a little bit more height to it for this to work properly, because the stripe that goes around the side is going to rise 8 with each full circumnavigation of the lighthouse itself. Also, you can see the windows actually will move up with the stripe. Unfortunately, the stripe is not super obvious right here. The real lighthouse also doesn't have a very obvious stripe, but it's basically completely unreadable on camera. So, what I'm thinking about doing is taking the chiseled sandstone that I had been using for the stripe and replacing it with stair blocks in order to kind of give it a little bit more visual and appearance, and one that will kind of complement the windows a bit. Now, you might say, Joe, is it really going to make things better in a way that you're, like, more closely modeling the original? No, it's not going to more closely model the original to replace the chiseled slabs, or, chiseled sandstone with stair blocks, but it'll make it read more like the original. And for the same reason, we're actually going to add a few blocks height to the top of this in order to accommodate all 5 stories of windows, because just the way Minecraft breaks us down, we have to use 1 meter increments, and it's more important to have the right number of windows at the right proportions in some ways than absolutely getting every single detail about height and width correct. Now, that makes it less of a true one-to-one model, but it does make it a more faithful recreation of the visual appearance that the architects were trying to create. And that's part of the fun of building real-world things in Minecraft, is learning how to adapt. So, I'm going to go ahead now, and let's see, this one actually was too high up. These should be going around like that, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and place this like so, and then we will take some stair blocks. Boom, we got those here. Okay, wait, you guys. Look. Because the creeper chiseled sandstone had to go up to create this diagonal. We were losing 2 blocks of vertical height on each face, which meant it was costing us 8 blocks of height to go around the whole thing, which was why I was like, oh no, I can't do this at 34. I got to do it at 40. But if we actually use the stairs here, we won't have that problem, which means I need to go move these windows back down again. I've moved these windows like 3 or 4 times off camera. And we're going to do it again because this actually is going to make the actual dimensions closer. Wow, okay, you can learn so much by doing. And that is why we try to do. So, time skip. We are here at the same camera angle as before to best illustrate the progress we've made. I had to make quite a few changes to the lighthouse versus my original plan to have it actually really all come together the way I wanted. We had to have the stripe raise 1.5 blocks on every side in order to fit the 5 floors of windows in the way they're supposed to be properly. It doesn't look optimal from this side. Kind of wishing I had rotated the whole thing slightly, but you know what? It looks okay from this side. This is the side that, like, we really should have faced the other way. But, like, it's fine. We have the windows at the right proportions. We have the stripes working the way they should. We didn't have to raise the elevation of the lighthouse because we swapped the stairs in there. It is looking great. I am genuinely proud of this. This is a long-distance, high-visibility texture difference that doesn't look bad up close either. And that's not necessarily the easiest thing to do in Minecraft, making something look good up close and at the distance. Now, of course, we haven't actually put our light in. Howdy there, Mr. Goat Statue. It's me, Joe Hills, and I'm up here amongst the clouds, although it's a pretty clear day today, working on this lighthouse. And I gotta say, it is really coming together pretty well. So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do here. I'm going to need to knock out this scaffold after I figure out exactly how high this needs to be. We're going to have this kind of come around like so. Boom, boom, boom. We are working pretty high up in the air. This is a little bit dangerous, but you know what? That's okay. So, then we're going to come down. Oh, wait, that's not going to work at all. Hold on. No, we can figure this out. There is a mechanism by which we can place the blocks we need to place and get this all done. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put glass here on top of that torch. Then go down. Boom. Then there we go. Now, we're going to do 3 levels of glowstone here. I think that that's going to read pretty well in the dark. Of course, it's terrifying up here. Okay, so now that the sun is beginning to set, and hopefully nobody else on the server, Scar, Hypno, please don't go to sleep. I want to actually take advantage of the night to see what the lighthouse looks like in the distance, all lit up and complete. So no going to sleep, Scar and Hypno. I believe in you. You can stay awake, caffeinate, you know, drink whatever color bull you want. You can do it, man. Men, folk. Okay, so here we are, rushing out to sea, hoping that the night does indeed fall upon us. This goat, pretty unlit, but still looks pretty great. We want to get a good distance away before we get our first view of that lighthouse fully lit at night and spinning around. Ooh. And a bubble column and a trident zombie are now going to immediately kill us. I don't know what I expected. Y'all, I am legitimately ecstatic. This is way better looking than I was expecting it to turn out. Oh, that is... I was worried that this was going to be an eyesore, y'all. And I feel like it actually works. You may have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. And that is thanks to $50 a month Patreon sponsor Daniel Kim. In lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now read a poem of my own devising. Forget flying cars and trips to stars and moons beyond the belt. Please settle, yawn, put the kettle on, and weigh the cards you're dealt. Dismiss the dreams of thought machines we'd agreed would exist. Don't wonder why no weak AI is rolling in our midst, with lights and sounds splayed all around, with lasers piercing mist. The present time does dreams defy. Some targets must be missed. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.